Welcome to this edition of Empower 305. With us here today is a guest that I've been wanting to have on our show for some time. His name is Wade Sanders, and he is the director of the City of Miami Solid Waste. Welcome.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me. And like you said, it's been quite some time trying
Almost
to get
2
me
years,
here.
but who's counting?
Yeah, who's counting, but you got me here, and I appreciate you inviting me and having me here today. I really do.
Thank you.
Right.
So we're going to be talking about a lot of stuff.
Okay.
But
Right.
one of the things that I just learned that your career here 10 years ago with the City of Miami started where?
In Public Works.
Awesome.
I started in Public Works back in, I guess that was 2015. Came over. Ed Santa Maria, if that name don't sound familiar, is the individual that hired me.
Back with us again in the city.
With the city, and the funniest thing is that he was afraid to hire me because I was a director at my previous job before, and he was like, "Why should I hire you when you have more experience than me?" I said, "Well, it's not that the experience that I have that why you should hire me. It's what I can do for you, as far as keeping the people off of me, because I know what you're going through. I'm not at that particular time. I just wanted to get back on the saddle. I was retired for like 3 years, and then I came back in, and so he hired me. Public Works changed some of the culture and stuff that's over there, changed, the infrastructure that was over there, ordered a lot of equipment in order to get those ladies and gentlemen where they needed to be in order to make that a better division that was over in that way. Then a solid waste position, came available and was asked could I go over and help the department through a transition of going from a director that had to leave and stuff like that. So I came over and then helped with that process, and I've been there since 2021. Matter of fact, March of 2021, I went over and started helping with that department. So in that process of helping them, applied for the position, interviewed for it, and then ended up doing the Department of Solid Waste. So I know it sounds kind of funny on how you look at, say Public Works and Solid Waste, but in other municipalities they have all of that under one
together,
umbrella, where that in the City of Miami is separated. But when I also, just to let everybody know, I had a long extent at the City of the City of Hollywood when I was there.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yes, I worked at the City of Hollywood as their director over at the City of Hollywood, and retired there. I did 17 and a half years with them as well. So, which had everything under one umbrella, which I always joke with when I talk to my colleagues. I always joke to them. I say, "Hey, look here, guys, y'all got it made," because in other municipalities you have everything. You have the GSA, you have parks, you have Public Works, you have the CIP department.
But we're a
all
little
that.
bigger. We're a lot
You're
bigger.
a lot bigger, so
Yeah.
it makes sense to separate that and have someone to manage those sections and those divisions over. So yes, it's been a nice rodeo. It's been a nice ride.
You've been there since 2021. Wow.
2021 in solid waste, and with challenges and stuff, working with the different sections and with the different unions and stuff, making sure that people understand that it's very important to provide the best service that we possibly can provide to our residents. They some of them struggle with that, but we putting the right team together and making
Right.
sure that we can push that agenda through, because the bottom line is that when you out providing service, and the residents don't want to hear that you had a young man or a group of individuals that was out for the day and stuff like that. When they put that, if the schedule is the schedule, you have to meet that schedule.
And I think we've been pretty good our department working with yours on trying to push that information out, like PSAs.
Yes.
And not just on Miami TV, but also on our social media platforms.
Right, because
It's instrumental, because sometimes people get things in the mail, or they'll see an email and they're not conscious of the changes that may be occurring.
Right, and to have this type of program or communications where that you can put stuff on the air immediately for those individuals to get that information is very important, because not only do we do the day-to-day operations of servicing you curbside, we also responsible for when a disaster comes, so when we have a hurricane and
That's
stuff.
super important. And
Yes,
that's
that-
something I wanted to talk to you about.
Yes,
I know, so hurricanes come, natural disasters,
right,
and people don't know how to prepare for it.
right,
We play an instrumental role in telling people what the do's and don'ts, right?
right.
Solid waste, per se. What happens when we're facing a hurricane that's coming towards our city? What should people do?
Right. So, what I do, and what is important as far as my responsibility for the city, and is to make sure that they are aware of the different settings of warnings, watch, and actual, landfall. I get out and have my staff get out to educate them on before hurricane season hits, to make sure that your lawn people are doing the things that they need to do with the trimming of the trees, making sure those vegetation things are cut, coconuts are cut, removed, and everything. You have to do that before, because what happens is that a lot of people, they wait until we actually get the threat. Then they go out and then they do
That's
all of it,
right.
which
That's a
cause
problem.
a nightmare, which then makes me have to have the inspectors go out and tell those individuals to bring it back in. And a lot of the people are, a large population that we have is elders or seniors, and they can't, do those things. So I have to get a jump on letting them know that, hey, you have to, do this before June 1st, because when June 1st comes, there's other things that take place. And when you sit and you're trying to, do a whole entire city, yes, it may be your week for garbage, for bulky service that's out there. I can't do the whole entire city. Plus,
And
I
you
have
can't see flying debris.
can't see flying debris.
So, we've seen that before.
Right.
Through the years,
And
we've seen it, and
and-
that's super dangerous.
And what happens is that and we're really on top, trying to be on top of it with the lawn service companies, to take that debris with them, because when you leave it out there, those are missiles that's out there that can go in and destroy people's homes
Agreed.
and stuff. So we just try to stay on top of it and stuff. But we're responsible for, when we get the all clear, to make sure that we open up the major thoroughfares, the major roads, so that the police and fire can go out and go and service people under
That's-
emergencies and stuff like that, which is very important. Then we start spreading out to the other locations that we have throughout the city. We also are responsible for having contractors to come in to assist us with getting the city back to the normalcy as fast as possible, because that, when a person goes through one of those disasters, and you have to also remember that we have a lot of people that have moved into the city that never experienced a hurricane. So you have to sit and constantly every year educating.
But there's something that comes across my office every so often, and it's street cleaning. Can you talk
Right.
to me a little bit about the street cleaning and how important
Right.
it is for people to understand that street cleaning is important for the beautification of our city?
Right. It's very important, because what happens is that, even when we have what I call the street sweepers that go out and then
Right.
sweep the streets and stuff, the debris, once you go through and it's done the street sweeping is done on a weekly basis. In some areas it's done daily because of the foot traffic, so we do a daily street sweeping. And when we sit there, we do the street sweeping, that's a week that we're coming back. So if you have a time of year where the leaves are falling,
Right.
and then that debris go over to the catch basin, we get rain, it pushes that debris over to the catch basin, it builds up. We try to keep those materials from going out into the
The catch basin, so people understand what catch basins is. It's part of the sewage
system.
Part of the, and
Right.
that's where things start accumulating in there.
And so we try to minimize the amount of debris that goes into our natural resources and stuff. So we ask that the individuals help clean those areas, keep it clean and stuff like that. But we just put an initiative together to work with street sweeping, and we're trying to do a concept that's already in place in upstate New York and Chicago and stuff like that, where we rotate the days of the week where the cars park on sides of the streets.
Is that a problem that you see? People that usually don't move their cars.
They don't move the cars, and that's where the problem is, because if you get 3 or 4 cars that's lined up together, and you're bringing a street sweeper through, and if it's debris that's there, and that street sweeper come around those 3 cars, that debris still sit there. So if you get a rain, or you get a nice tropical storm, a nice rain come through, it's going to just push that material to the catch basin, which then clogs up, which then cause flooding, which then cause other issues that we may have.
I've seen that. We've seen that before. So, last question.
Mm-hmm.
How do you compare us to other cities? Do you also converse with other cities around the nation to see how we are in comparison to them?
Yes, and it's funny that you asked that question. I receive more phone calls asking what we're doing than compared to.
I'm sure you do.
Yes, and because of us being a large city and stuff, and the staff that I have in place now, we're now starting to get more tech savvy. We're getting more more into the technology that's in technology that's in place than we did in the past. So we're starting to get a lot of other municipalities and other states asking us, what are we doing? Because we are experiencing it. Well, we introduced a lot of different technology into the department, which is helping us keep data, helping us keep information, helping us keep up with the staff. Like I said, we were getting ready to do a pilot program where we're going to rotate the vehicles from different sections of the street.
The pilot program is something I think
we're looking to do in District 2. We're going to start in District 2, and then we're going to expand from District 2 to other districts once we, iron out the kinks.
And that's exactly why I'm going to have you come back to our show.
I really appreciate it.
I want to really expand on the street sweeping.
Yes.
It's important for people to understand that, because it really shows a lot of what our city's doing, and to keep it clean. So I want you to come back. You have an open invitation to come back and talk about that.
Right, and I will have more information to give you. And it's it's a great pilot program. We touch base with it a little bit, on it and stuff. But I'll be able to give you more information. Tell you exactly how it's working, how we're going to expand throughout the whole entire city.
Thank you
thank you for having me.
No, of course.
All right, always.
You're welcome back on our show to talk about that and other wonderful things
that's happening in the department.
that your department is doing.
I appreciate you.
Awesome. And that's a wrap for this edition of Empowered 305. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.